Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this evening. It is Puza Thursday night, so I know it was a big sacrifice to come out here tonight, but I do appreciate it. You can see everybody else went up the lift to the bar. That was the Thursday direction to travel in, but I'm glad that you're here with us. And I'm just excited as well about all the people that have tuned in live from around the country. We've got teams in Pretoria and Alberton, Eastern Cape, KZN. We've got the whole country watching here this evening. Up in Nelspruit this evening, we've got a whole lot of people watching in Mpumalanga. So, you know, this place is getting quite crazy at the moment, and we're very excited about what's happening at DuePoint. You guys are the lucky few who get to be in our studio audience this evening with us. Forever you will be famous and infamous on YouTube. A live broadcast around just the back of your heads, though. So if you, I hope you combed the back of your heads this evening, because that's what we're going to see this evening, and it'll be there permanently as well. So if it was a bad hair day, it'll be forever. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming through to DuePoint this evening. DuePoint is not a company; it is a division of a company. So you might not have heard of us, but I promise that by the end of this evening you'll understand why. We are in fact a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We have two offices at the very least. One, our head office is in Randburg, but here you are in our second office this evening, which is the DuePoint division. We are a 66-year-old insurance company. We have been around since 1952, so this is not a startup business. This is a well-established, listed and licensed life, short and medical insurance company. So again, this is not some kind of garage startup. We haven't blown in from China or America or somewhere else. This is a homegrown South African insurance company. So we want you to have a sense of confidence about that this evening. You're not just dealing with something else. Now you've come to a very special presentation this evening. We call it Throwdown Thursday. Now Throwdown Thursday is one we run only once every 3 months. So it is a very jackpotty kind of night for you tonight. You've hit the one of the four we're going to do this year. What we do at Throwdown Thursday is we tackle a lot of the common objections to direct selling and to DuePoint. And so what we've done around the country for the last week is we've asked the guys that work with us to go out and find their most difficult guests, the ones that argue with them about everything, and we've told them to bring them here or connect them here tonight. So if you are a guest this evening, you have a special title amongst your friends. They think you're the difficult one. All right, that's what they think. That's why you're here this evening. Okay. And so I am very glad to have you here this evening. We are going to take the opportunity to spend time with you breaking this business down. We want you to understand it very well, and we want you to know that what you may think about this business is in fact incorrect. We are not what you think we are. And we want to demonstrate that to you this evening. We're going to have a bunch of wealth engineers jump up on stage and help me out. I don't want you to just hear it from me. I want you to hear it from people that are actually using and working here at DuePoint. So as I said, there's our head office in Randburg. We are a well-established insurance company, and we are, of course, an authorized and registered financial service provider. There is our FSP number there if you want to go and look us up on the FSCA's website. You can also find us on the JSC's website under Conduit Capital if you look for us there. We are listed after all. So what is it that we do here, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we have developed a tool that we believe will create wealth in the hands of South Africans. You'll notice that this evening we'll talk very little about money and a lot about wealth. You see, in South Africa right now, there are many systems and tools and companies and that want to try and make money for individuals through what we call transactions. You go out, you sell a pot, and you make money. It's a once-off transactional amount. You go out, you sell some floor cleaning agent. Again, you get money only on the occasion that you make the sale. That is not wealth. It certainly does not change the economic position of the average South African. It's a flash in the pan. Even if you get 50,000 Rand in a month, it's gone the next month. We wanted to create here a tool that South Africans could use, that they could control, that would create for them a lifetime of recurring, stable, steadfast income. That meant that every month the income would be in there, not just at transaction. And therefore we had to create a system where you do not sell. Because if you're selling, then you're making transactional income. We wanted to instead create a system that produces assets, because assets create income on a monthly basis. This steadfast income puts you in a position of control. Right now, you, as a salaried employee, do not have control over your income. Someone else will tell you what your income is going to be, whether you get promoted, whether you don't, and what increase you're going to get at the end of the year. Last year, average was 4%. What do you think inflation was? I think government statistics still cling to the 6% 10%, but when you read the economist reports, they say no, for the individual on the ground, it's probably closer to 17%. That means you were 13% short on your salary at the end of last year. Then at least 7%. Then they increased petrol by 52 cents, then by 70%, and I understand it's going up again, and petrol will jump from about 14.5 to nearly 16 Rand a litre. All of this results in higher and higher and higher prices, but you got a 4% raise. Perhaps you even got a 10% raise. It is nowhere near what you need to stay on top of your household expenditure. This is a factual statement about 99% of South Africans. It just is. People fight me on this. They want to not hear it. Brendan, I hear you, but I don't want to hear it. The reality is we have to start understanding that our jobs are keeping us poor. Not on purpose. It's not the boss's objective to keep you poor. It is an economic fact. Employment makes you poor. Now, here at DuePoint, we don't tell anybody to quit their jobs. That would be ridiculous. But what we do is we take this tool we've created, we put it in your hands, and we say you now have an opportunity to take control of your income and start bridging that gap between what you're earning currently and what you need to stay ahead of inflation and to live a decent life in South Africa. Now, how do we do that? Well, the system we have created allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. Wealth engineers are given one task. You'll be glad to know it is not selling. It is not advertising. It is not marketing, and it's not advising. We're an insurance company after all, but it's not advising. No, it is one task that has been left, and that task is the simple task of connecting individuals to us here at DuePoint. Simply connect individuals to us. As you connect individuals to us, you create market penetration for us. We go out as DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of our products. And when we do that, we create greater and greater revenue, and it is from that revenue that we're able to create an extra recurring income for you. You add this to your life. It doesn't matter what job you have, what title you have, what education you have. None of that stands in the way. You add this to your life, and over time we create a steadfast income, one that you can budget on, one that you can forecast on, and one that is potentially there for life. You see, we don't sell goodies here. Boxes of products, toothpastes, energy drinks, creams, I don't know, pots and pans. We don't sell those because, like I said, those do not create wealth. What we do here as DuePoint is we sell financial services and lifestyle products. We do it. And those financial services products run on automatic debit orders, which means that every single month, no matter your circumstances, you could be lying in hospital, you could be overworked at work and have no time. No matter your circumstances, those debit orders are raised every month and are paid, and as they're paid, your income comes in. None of our products expire. They don't get rotten in your fridge or your garage. They carry on month after month, and therefore your income grows. You do not need to run back to anybody at any stage and beg them to buy again. That's not how the system works. Sell the pot and run back next week and say, please buy another one. That's not what happens. Once people are in our system, once we have facilitated the purchase of a product, that debit order runs every single month and your income is able to come in. Folks, we wrap this in a system that allows you to leverage others. You'll see tonight we're going to be tackling the objection of I don't have time. Welcome to the club. Nobody has time. The idea of our wealth creation system is that you buy your time back. Right now you do not have time, and you will not get your time back in the employment that you are doing. You know that. In fact, it could arguably get worse as you get promoted. Less and less time available to you. We, through our system, facilitate the ability for you to leverage others. And as you leverage the time of others, you buy your own time back. This is not employment, because employment does not create wealth. What this is a tool. We put it in your hands and you use it completely independently of us. We don't have staff meetings or production meetings. It's your tool, and you can use it 15 minutes a day or 15 hours a day. This is completely up to you. Folks, there is no cost in becoming a wealth engineer. This is something that people struggle to get over. Everybody, we had some wonderful stories up on the stage where people have said to people, this is one of those things where they take all your money and then wait, somebody's going to lose money. Wait. You'll be glad to know that nobody's lost any money yet, because we don't take any of your money here. There is no cost in being a wealth engineer. There's no startup cost. There's no box of goodies you're going to have to buy tonight. I heard some shocker stories this afternoon about how expensive some of these things are. There's no starter guide you're going to have to buy. There's no application forms that you're going to have to buy. There's no monthly fee. There's no admin fee or sales fee. There's no cost in being a wealth engineer. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer here at DuePoint at no extra premium. You see, if we were going to build a system that created wealth, we couldn't take money from people before they've even started. We understood that this is what everybody else has been doing in our economy. It's why people have got such stigma against any form of direct selling, is because they've lost money before. Our system does not create the loss of money for anyone. But what it does is it allows everybody to be involved. There's no particular educational qualification that you need, because you're not selling, you're not brokering, you're not agents, you're not intermediaries, you're not marketing, you're not advertising, because you're doing none of these things. Everybody in South Africa can be a wealth engineer, and it means that everybody in South Africa can start building assets, wealth, those things that create monthly recurring income. Because if you've got monthly recurring income, you can now price your asset, your channel, your team with us here. And when you can price it, you can actually sell it in our system. It's a transferable asset that you have. And one day when you pass away, the income and the channel that you've built here with us will pass on to your children. And your children will earn the income that you created during your lifetime. You see, what we're doing here is we're building generational legacy. This is not a garage company. This is a 7-decade-old insurance company. We're thinking about what happens after you, and then what happens after your children. That is what we have built here, and these assets will hand over to your children, and they will grow it or live off of it and then hand it over to your grandchildren, generation after generation. We have also built this system in a way that doesn't embarrass you. That's one of our biggest objections, particularly people of my pigmentation. No, this is going to bruise my ego. I'm going to have to talk to my friends. Now, I always say to them, that you come and ask me for money. You're not shy to do that. You're not embarrassed about that. But you're embarrassed about saying to someone you can create them a lifetime of wealth? It's a very confusing situation for me. Folks, we've designed the system so that it doesn't embarrass you. First of all, no selling. Good news, you're out. We contract you out of selling, so you never have to be selling. You can say to me, I don't have the personality, I can't sell. No problem. This brick wall is all the personality you need to be a wealth engineer at DuePoint. It's all you need. For those of you who don't think that we're real, this really is a wall and a screen. Look, I'm touching it, you see? All right, I get that a lot. No, until I've seen the head office, I won't believe. Or I promise I'm not a computer graphic. This is all real right here this evening. Folks, you don't have to worry about products. You don't have to go and buy a bucky or a special fridge in your garage or anything for the products. None of that, so that doesn't embarrass you. You don't have to force those products on your friends. This is much better than what you can get at Checkers. You know, you don't need to go through that process that then ruins friendships. Somebody who said on our Facebook the other day, what happens once you've burnt up all your leads? You don't burn people at DuePoint. It's not what happens. That's what happens when you try and force a tube of toothpaste down their throats. That's when you burn leads. Here at DuePoint, we don't do that. You don't have to worry about product. And thirdly, folks, you don't have to worry about presentations. There's only 2 people that do presentations, me and Rob, and tonight, jackpot night, I am much better than Rob. That's right, they're clapping, Rob. They're clapping, they agree. Folks, you don't have to worry about presentations. We do all the presentations using our technology. We're in your pocket 24 hours a day. Any time of the day, I have full makeup on. I'm standing behind this camera. We're just waiting for you to push play. 24 hours a day, we are ready to do that presentation for you. So that leaves you with how to connect individuals to us. There's only 4 ways to connect people to DuePoint. First way is you go to our information counter and you buy our USB stick. If you struggle with data, and data is going to become an issue, we're a fully online business. If you struggle with data, our USB stick is your solution. It's 170 Rand once off. And you can plug it into a TV, you can plug it into a computer, and there we are doing the presentation for you any time of the day you want. The second way is you can come here and sit in our studio with us every day. Monday through Saturday we present out of here. Night times, lunch times, mornings. We're always adding presentations too. I don't have a life. This is what I do. All day, every day. We run presentations. You look at our schedule, you bring people here, and we'll do the presentation for you. And I've said it before, it's like McDonald's drive-through here. When you go to McDonald's and you order the quarter pounder with cheese, every time the quarter pounder of cheese is exactly the same. You know what quality you are going to get. When you come to DuePoint every day, no matter who you bring, whether it's your boss or your boss's boss, you're never going to be embarrassed. You know what quality you're going to get every time you come here. The third way of connecting individuals to us is through our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube, you search DuePoint, and on that channel you'll find every presentation we've ever done, including this evening's presentation. Every one. You go pick your favorite one, 24 hours a day, anywhere in the country. You click play, and there we are giving the presentation. People say to you, Brendan, how do I connect people? How do I convince them? Well, first of all, you don't have to convince anyone. You go up to somebody and say, do you require more income? They will answer yes. You know that. And you go click. And there we are doing the presentation. No discussion. No, this is hard for people to accept. I talked to some of my guys who are quite senior at DuePoint. They've been here a couple of years already, and they still go, no, I can't do that. I need to give them. I'm like, yes, you can. You have your iPad ready. You go, do you require income? Yes, click. That's what you do at DuePoint. Then they go, no, I want to know about the products. No problem. Here's the product video. Click. No, just give me a 2-minute summary. You want 2 minutes? No problem. 2 minutes. Click. You'll find everything you need on YouTube. Everything is there. You do not sell, you do not convince, and you do not talk about products. People say to me, yeah, but my people want to talk about a product. My people want to talk about a product too. I don't talk to them about the product though. That's not what I do, because that's not what I need to do as a wealth engineer. What I need to do is connect them to DuePoint. The fourth way of connecting people to DuePoint is through our live broadcasts. Every one of our presentations all day long, every day, is broadcast live across the nation. If you've got a screen and an internet connection, whether it's your computer at work, whether it's your iPad at home or your cell phone in your pocket, all you do is click play and you are live in the room with us, as is most of the country this evening, watching us in full HD surround sound. You do not need to come back to this office in order to grow this business. We've got people growing this business around the nation. It is not limited. We've had a couple of people along the way go, no, the problem I can't build because you don't have a head office in Durban or Cape Town. We're never going to have a head office in Durban or Cape Town. I'm going to have a head office right here. That's where my head office is going to be, right there. Anytime, anywhere you are, I'm right here in your phone, in your pocket. You don't need the bricks and mortar for us here at DuePoint. Now, as you connect individuals to us, you will discover that some of them, not all of them, because many people have stigmas, some of them are going to see through the stigmas and catch the vision of what we're trying to do here. When they do that, they are going to become wealth engineers like you. And when that happens, we allocate them to you, and your channel is now born. These folk will go out, they will talk to individuals, they will connect them to us, and some of those individuals will become wealth engineers as well, and we will again allocate them to you. And this process will naturally occur over and over again. We have got video content on how channels actually develop here at DuePoint. Go and watch it on our YouTube channel. You will be blown away. People start, they put a handful of people in, they quit for all the reasons, and their channel just goes on and goes on and goes on. 18 months later, there's 7,500 people in their channel, and they left long ago. They left long ago. This ball, when it starts rolling, it keeps rolling. It's like a train leaving the station. Once it's gone, it's gone. That is what happens here, and your channel creates this market penetration for us. We come along as DuePoint then. Not you. This is not your task. It's ours. And we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel you've created for us, and your income is now born. Now, what's important to note, folks, is that this is not a pyramid scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme, and it is not a get-rich-quick scheme, which comes as a huge disappointment for most people. They come here hoping they'll get rich overnight. Then they laugh, yeah, no, that wasn't me. But actually it was, because people are desperate in South Africa at the moment, absolutely desperate, and I understand that. And so they don't come and go. When I say to you now, as we're going to talk about it, that it's going to take you time to create wealth with us, people go, no thanks. On Facebook, there was a guy who said, if I just put 30,000 Rand in, by next week it would be 60,000 Rand. Okay, I'm going to the bank tomorrow to take out a loan of 30,000 Rand. All right? We see every week in the papers a company that's stolen South African money. But because we're desperate, they play on that. They put on the Facebook, you'll be rich in 90 days, and we're all suckers. We all just go in there and pour our money in, and poof, they disappear. Now, unfortunately, we are listed and licensed, which means we have about 8 regulators that look after us. I had somebody once challenge me on that. Oh, name the 8 regulators. I named 10. But I like to just keep 2 in the back pocket for fun. These people sit on our board. They review us on a quarterly basis. We didn't slip any scheme or scam past them. And, of course, like I said to you, we don't take your money. So it's like the worst scheme in the world. We don't even take your money. Folks, this is a genuine wealth creation opportunity. And that means it does come at a price. It comes at the same price as the price you've been paying in your career. And that's time. When you all started your jobs, you never expected to be boss in 90 days, did you? No, it didn't even enter your thought. You didn't go to the boss and say, no, this is no good, I'm sorry, it's going to take too long. No, you understood the price was time. Here as well, time and perseverance, two critical components, are going to be what you require to make wealth. But our wealth is permanent wealth. It is lifetime sustainable forecasting wealth that we create for you, not transactional when I sell the pot income. This is lifetime wealth, and as a result, you're going to have to put time and perseverance in. Now, when you do that, of course, you allow us to start facilitating this process of creating wealth for you. We start by the purchase of our products. We have 3 products. Our first product is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 324 Rand a month, and for that 324 Rand, you get 2 independent products. The first one is your very own tax-free investment account. That tax-free investment account has got no notice periods, no penalties on it. Whatever money you put in there, you can take out immediately. It's not an endowment fund. You don't wait 5 years. It's your money immediately. We take 100 Rand of that 324, just 100 Rand, and we put it into the investment account for you, which means that the actual cost of this product is only 224 Rand a month. Now, I love it. I have people saying to me, no, but I just want that piece. Folks, we're here to create wealth. Nobody's going to get rich off of 100 Rand a month. Okay, if we're going to create wealth, we've got to go one step further. That step is the remaining 224 Rand. For that 224 Rand, you get 120,000 Rand worth of personal accident cover. This means if you die in an accident, and people go, I'm never going to die in an accident. Yep, you are. Under the age of 65, it's the highest form of death. All right. No, I'm going to die from illness. How many 18 and 20-year-olds do you know die from illness? They die because they get shot, run over, car accidents, taxi accidents, you name it, fall out trees, fall off ladders, fall in holes, die at work when the ladder falls on them or the bricks fall on them. You die under the age of 65 from an accident. Now, when you pass away from an accident, your beneficiaries will now get the value of your investment that you've got in your tax-free investment account and 120,000 Rand for 324 Rand a month. No one at the moment that I know of can compete with our pricing and our benefits. I say that quite confidently. We've done more research recently, and we really believe quite strongly in that. Then our second product is our Wealth Guard product. For just 249 Rand a month, less than 250 Rand, you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. That means no matter how old you are, no matter what your medical condition is, and without any waiting period of your first payment, you are under cover for 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Now, folks, none of our products include cover for illness or natural causes, because that would stop our primary objective. We're trying to create wealth in the hands of South Africans. If we add illness and natural causes, we now need to risk rate everybody you bring here. How old are they? What job do they do? What are their pre-existing conditions and medical state, etc., etc.? And all of a sudden, half the people you bring here are outpriced. It's not 249 Rand anymore. It's 1,500 Rand or 2,500 Rand, etc., etc. Somebody told me the other day they got a quote. I think, Lynette, it was you got a quote. And what was the quote again? 4,300 Rand for Lynette, because she's not 18 and single anymore. 4,300 Rand. 249 Rand, everybody you bring here, no matter how old they are or what their medical condition is, 249 Rand are there in. Yeah, but my people want to talk about the products. Well, my people want to talk about the products too. We're not talking about the products. We're talking about the creation of wealth. I tease my wealth engineers. I tell them, I'm going to get rid of these products because you keep harping on them. And I'm going to change them to buckets of water and wooden spoons. And it's 249 Rand a month to get a bucket of water. And then I say, would you still be here? No, I wouldn't be here then. Well, then I say to them, well, no, you've not made the right decision, because your decision to become a wealth engineer is not based on this. Your decision to become a wealth engineer is based on your desire to create a lifetime of wealth. You see, we can sell our products to any one of our divisions or UMAs or call centers. We can. In fact, we do sell these products. But this is the mechanism that allows us to create the wealth, which is our primary objective. When you've got 1 million Rand a month revenue, you can go buy any insurance product you like. You can go buy the Rolls-Royce one where they carry you around all day. You can do that. But none of those insurance products are going to build wealth like ours do here. Our third product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month, and for 299 Rand, you get access to all of our suppliers. We're a 7-decade-old insurance company. We get discounts, prices, vouchers, account managers, services you couldn't get as individuals. For that 299 Rand subscription fee every month, you can use all of those suppliers to change how you spend. You're going to hear one of our guys tonight who is an avid user of this product. It's in your hands for $2.99 a month. All right, that puts us in the position now to create wealth for you. And we do it in 2 ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you £27.50 for every product payment made in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. So for instance, you go out, you chat to a couple of your friends. Some of them become a wealth engineer. When they do and they pay for their product, you get £27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. 55 Rand for every product, every month that it's paid. So we get the people who go, I don't want premium, I don't want premium. I want to sell the pot and get my 450 Rand. Now that's fine. You get your 450 Rand once. You've got to get that person back in and try and sell them a different pot the next month. Here you get 55 Rand every month. Very quickly you hit the 450 Rand, but it keeps going and it keeps going. Premium is your best friend in the whole world. It's called accumulating income. It is how you create wealth. You will never create wealth with transactional income. Never. That's not me marketing. That is a factual statement. You have got to create accumulating income, and that's what we do here. Now, you're in control of your income, because if somebody takes 2 products, instead of getting 55 Rand, you're now going to get 110 Rand. If they take 3 products, instead of getting 110, you now get 165 Rand. That's quite close to 450. It's certainly going to catch up very quickly from that point in time. These folk go out, they chat to a few more of their friends, they take their products, they make their payments. You get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand every month for every product made. Add this up here. You've been here in this particular example for 5 minutes. You put a handful of people in, and you are earning 1,000 Rand a month. 12,000 Rand a year extra income. Now, we get people to do this all the time. We get a lot of people come in here, get very excited, put a handful of people in, they'll get to 2,000, 3,000 Rand a month. It happens quite quickly in the beginning. But then something goes wrong. Their dad laughs at them, or a friend of theirs who promised them that they would pay doesn't pay, or they miss a wealth quest. You'll find out about those later. And then the 3,000 Rand a month is not good enough anymore, and they fade away. Folks, in the middle of every month, don't you want to get an extra 1,000 Rand a month? Every month. An extra 3,000 Rand every month. Who cares who laughs at you along the way? Who cares when they say, no, we don't want premium, we want to sell pots? Who cares when you're getting that money in every month, whether you're sick, whether you're healthy, whether you're overworked, whether you're underworked? And money comes in as we raise those debit orders. This is not only a system of wealth creation. This is a system that creates freedom. You've heard people talk about financial freedom. And we can talk about it here. This is beyond financial freedom. This is freedom of mind, freedom of emotion, freedom of time, and ultimately freedom of income too. That is what we create in our system by creating accumulating income through the DuePoint system. You go out now and you spend a little bit more time, a little bit more energy on your channel. You will continue to earn on those product payments at a diminishing rate down to the 8th point in your channel. However, you are not limited in the amount of points you can have in your channel, and you are not limited to the amount of income that you can earn. You see, from the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of 27 Rand 50 for every product payment made, as long as you qualify to earn. This means you can build a channel that's 25 points big. If you qualify to earn on all those points, you can earn on all of them. Where do you learn how to qualify? You go to YouTube, watch our 6-minute video. It is such a complex system that I had to spend an entire 6 minutes explaining it to you. That's how difficult it is. This is such, you didn't catch that, Fab. I'll have to rephrase it. I'll rephrase it for you. It is such a simple system. It takes me the whole of 6 minutes to explain it to you. If you don't use YouTube, today is the first day of the rest of your life. You're going to open up that YouTube, go to DuePoint, search DuePoint, go in, you look under shorts, qualify. It's like a thumbnail this big. How to qualify. Click on that thumbnail, and by the end of this evening, you will understand how we have created generational legacy here. You'll understand it. You'll understand how you can hand this channel over to your children and they can continue to build it from those 25 points to 100 points, and they can earn on every single one of those points. They can hand it over to your grandchildren and build it to 500 points and earn on every one of those points. You'll understand that when you've looked and understood our system. In this system, there is no limit to your potential as we have built it. This is a wealth creation system. It is not a product selling system. What does it mean on the ground? How much are you actually going to earn? People ask me that question all the time. It's a good question. I'd want to know the answer too. It's difficult to answer though, because every one of you is going to build at a different rate. You see, you're all going to have some kind of thought about this. Maybe I'll put 15 minutes in. Maybe I'll put 15 hours in. Maybe I'll do every week, every day. Every one of you will approach this in a different way. And so every one of you is going to have a different outcome in your earnings. So what we did is we took 2 decades of data. Like I said, this is not our first rodeo. 2 decades of data. We got the actuaries involved, and we said, what can we calculate as a reasonable growth rate for the average wealth engineer that wants to come in, that doesn't have time, doesn't have the personality, doesn't anything? What is the reasonable growth? We came up with what we call the 3+2 growth rate formula. It means that you start with us, and in your first month, you are responsible for putting just 3 people into your channel. Just 3. Just 3. Not 30, not 15 a week, not, I've heard all of these things, just 3. 3 people in an entire month. Then every month thereafter, you are responsible for putting 2 people into your channel, +2. But you've got to do it every month. This is where the time and the persistency comes in. Christmas, you've got to put 2 in. New Year's, you've got to put 2 in. Your birthday month, 2 in. Easter, 2 in. Every month, you've got to find 2 people. It's 2 people a month, guys. We have people here that put 37 people in a month. I'm pretty sure you can put 2 in, all right? And as you do that, as you work with your guys to do the same thing, we apply our maths, cancellations, lapses, all of that jazz into it. We believe that over time, over a period of 6 months, you can reasonably expect to get to about 2,500 Rand a month. 2,500 Rand a month is 30,000 Rand a year. We're quite different from what's advertised on Facebook. You see, on Facebook, by now you'd be a trillionaire. Because at 90 days, they're promising you millionaire status. Yeah, no. There's no such thing. They just take your money. Here we tell you, 6 months, and you're going to be on 2,500 Rand a month, 30,000 a year. Start working out what you could do with 2,000 Rand a month, 2,500 Rand a month. Now, if you can then carry on and put another 6 months in. Remember, this is coming in every month, eh? So it's not like you sold the pot and got 2,500 Rand. No, it's every month now. You're at 2.5. Now you keep growing it. You keep adding your 2 each month, +2. That income is rising. After 12 months, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month, 120,000 Rand a year. 120,000 Rand a year of extra income that just comes in around about the 17th of every single month. 10,000 Rand. What can you do? How does your life change with 10,000 Rand? See, everybody wants to be the millionaire. But what we actually need is an extra 10 grand a month. Imagine what the economy of South Africa would look like if every South African had an extra 10,000 Rand a month. That's what we do here. An extra after 12 months. It's this time next year. If you can carry on now and do 2 years. 2 years, it'll rise to 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's more than most people will achieve in their careers. 27 to 30,000 Rand after 2 years. It's 2020, June 2020. And you're on 27,000 Rands worth of extra income. If you can do 3 years with us, that will rise to about 45,000 Rand a month. If you can do 4 years with us, it gets up to about 60,000 Rand a month. And if you can do half a decade with us, we get to the Facebook number. If you can do 5 years with us, 5 years of +2 year in, year out. Thick-skinned, forgetting that your dad laughed at you and your friends stopped paying. And if you can do 5 years with us, then you should be and can expect to be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. R1 million a year, and everything about your future has changed. You probably won't have your job anymore. You would have quit. But some of you might keep your jobs. It'll be loads of fun to go into work every day in your Porsche. It will be. And the boss will be like, how are you affording this? And you'll go, well, it's my hobby job, and I built it over 5 years. Not 5 minutes, not 5 weeks, not 5 months. And I'm warning all of you. I'm warning all of you. 90 days, and I got my 90-day rule out tonight. What's my 90-day rule? It's not actually a rule. It's my personal rule. I meet you guys, you get excited, you put your heads down, you start going. 3 months later, poof, you're gone. Why? Somebody laughed at you, somebody didn't pay, you missed a wealth quest, no. The world ended, but actually it didn't. You just got overwhelmed with the single task of connecting people to us. And that's all you have to keep doing, is just keep connecting. And as you keep connecting, your wealth grows, no matter what they say to you along the way. And if you can do that consistently for 5 years, everything about you will change. Are people doing it? You betcha. We put a small sample of our earners on the stage every month, a small sample of them. You can go and see all their stories and all their testimonies on our YouTube channel. Do it tonight. Search DuePoint, go to the bottom, it says Wealth Engineers Tell All. Watch those videos. Some of them are just 3-minute long clips, and you'll see people there talking about how they earn 800 Rand a month, how they earn 3,000 Rand a month, some earn 15,000 Rand a month, some earn 70,000 Rand a month. It's all there and beyond. You'll find their little clips of them using the tool. Forget my mathematics. They're making it real for themselves. And you decide what you're going to do with this tool. You do. 249 Rand a month. Totally going to break your bank to get out there and start changing your wealth completely with us. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let us tackle. Remember, you guys are the difficult guys. That's why you're here this evening. Wherever you are around the country, you're there because you're the difficult guys. Let's ask the questions you're thinking now. We're going to use a bit of telepathy to work out what the 10 most common questions are about this business. We've been doing this for a long time now. We know what they are. You'll see once we've covered all 10, you'll have no excuse left, and you'll have to just go get me out of here. Just get me out of here. I just want to go home. I hate you for bringing me here tonight. That's what because you won't be able to say, no, I don't want to do it because. Those will all have been covered. Okay. So we brought up people, as I say, we're going to bring up people who have been on the ground. They have built their wealth. They've had people laugh at them. They've had people criticize them. They've had people explain to them how terrible DuePoint is. And yet, they have continued to build their wealth here and handle those objections. We want you to hear it from them, and I'll do one or two as well. All right, so this is the most common one. You're all thinking it, particularly those of my pigmentation. The first thing they do is, I don't care that he said it's not a pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. Of course, the good news is, of course, our government is a pyramid scheme too. It's a president, 2 vice presidents, you know. I mean, I could give you thousands of examples, but it's a good question. It comes up. I shouldn't ridicule it. It does come up often. It's often a question of, and I say this without trying to be prejudicial or nasty, it's ignorance. People don't really know what a pyramid scheme is. They've been warned by their parents. It's like when you've warned, do not go out with a drummer. Okay? Doesn't matter if he's the best drummer in the world and a lovely guy, you were warned, so you stay away from him. Okay? And here, you've got the same thing. Your dad warned you about a pyramid scheme, and so it's like alert, alert, alert the whole time. Well, let's tackle that. Let's understand that this evening. We've got a guy who's coming up, who's flown up today, so geez, you owe him, flew up today and driving back tonight in a bus to be picked up at 4 o'clock this morning to be back at work at 7 tomorrow. Zacchaeus from Nelspruit, come up and tell us why this is not a pyramid scheme. Come on. There we go, Zacchaeus. Good stuff.
Yes.
Take it away.
Good evening, colleagues. Ninjani. That's great. Should I fire?
Go for it. What do you think? Tell us why it's not a pyramid scheme. When people ask you why it's a pyramid scheme, what do you say?
Yeah, colleagues, I do get this question many times. I'm almost 10 to 11, 12 months old in the system, and they ask me a lot, and they say this thing is a pyramid. It's paying other people more than others. Then I normally, like Brendan said, I give an example at home that's a structure of a pyramid. You've got the husband, sometimes the wife next to the neck and down the children. But roughly that is the structure in loosely speaking. But then the answer that I normally give, at the school where I'm working, there's a pastor who's an administrator. So he signed one person who's a groundsman, the one who cleans. And the guy signed 3, the one who cleans. But then the person who signed the pastor is not on extra income. Do you see that typically if it is a pyramid, it should be the other way around? So that's a good example I always give and say, he is earning, he was introduced by you, you had only 1, you signed only 1, he signed 3, he's on extra income. So I give typical examples when they give me questions like this so that I don't put theory and all that. So basically, when I compare DuePoint with pyramids, the schemes and scams, I tell them exactly that this is highly regulated. I think you have seen at the foyer the certificates. I also took some pictures with Danny next to that. It helps me a lot basically to say it is not. And the other thing I normally do is I use these products so that I don't reason a lot. The other time I spoke about this. For example, I took altitude travel to come in here. So can altitude travel as a partner in the system of DuePoint be a pyramid? That's the first question. So I normally throw questions back. You pose me a question, I throw it back to you. Then the discussion is easy. Secondly, I'm always buying, my kids are watching me now as I speak, and the neighbors. I always buy food from Checkers. So they know when I get mine on the 22nd, what I normally do, I tell them to wait until the 30th. So there's no pressure at home. It creates a normality that I must not finish the month that I have. Remember, I'm not buying this food on credit. So I'll send in money at DuePoint, so it narrows the stress within the family. So they know that every 30th, even when I end on the 20th, so there's no pressure. Why? Because I also get extra income from DuePoint, so I don't have pressure. So what I normally say then, I'll buy through DuePoint system, get the points, because as I put my 1,000 rand, I get some points. I call them with the points that I must redeem. I change the word redeem because taxman doesn't understand redeem. Otherwise, it would be. So we redeem the points. So I do that every time. Today there was a delivery for Take a Lot at my place. I bought them some shoes, my wife some bags, anything. We're playing with a cell phone on Take a Lot. So that's a DuePoint way. So now they phoned me insisting. I was with Danny on the road. They said there is deliver. I said deliver for what? They said Take a Lot is delivering things. You understand? My small kids are talking Take a Lot. So this thing gets into the bloodstream so that when you talk DuePoint, they mustn't think it's a big animal, it's a pyramid. No, it's a lifestyle that has been created and we all live it at home. Therefore, there's no question. So if you want to tackle pyramid system, you must change your philosophy as well as a person. Otherwise, if you keep on, they say pyramid, they say, I think it's like a pyramid. It's you who says that. No one will understand what we are saying. So I use that. And guess what? The companies that are associated, I told them always that there is Java, blah, blah, blah. Although we don't talk products. But can Java be a partner of DuePoint that is a pyramid? No, I throw it back to you, to the person who poses a question. Can your always on be, the data that you get for 1 gig for 35 rand, can that be a pyramid? Then I say something wrong with your thinking processes. You see, I'm posing the question back. Then he's asking me, I assigned one doctor on my system, a doctor, medical doctor. So he said to me, is this not a pyramid? That's what do you mean? I'm using this product. So I gave him my Checkers card. I said, let's go together and buy at Checkers. So we went and buy. Then when we both, the question was, can Checkers allow pyramids to be closer to what we are doing now? I said, no, how do I get in? And then the question was, how do I get in? I said, no, you can choose. You can go on the website, check in there. On the website, there are 3 products, isn't it? No, I asked him, go on the website. Normally, they ask question, website, you go in there and check. Then I tell them, no, go in there and click. Because on the website, there is licenses, there's everything. The beauty that I've done with this product, when I started, it was 100 rand. You remember the Access World? So I did that. Then later, they said my money would disappear. They told me that. They said this scheme and pyramid will take your money. I said, sure. I changed the amount. On my phone, quickly, changed the amount to 200. It went to 1.5. After 3 months, I was asking, oh, sure, it has not yet disappeared. You see? He said, it's not disappearing, yes. The other day, I pressed 2.5 immediately. Guess what? Overnight, I asked Rob when I came in here, just to indicate how much that money is there. Over the past 11 months, it's still there, about 26,000 rand. I can press a button now, click a button, after 3 days, it's mine. I made sure that I comply, because if I don't submit your proof of resident, my SARS number, it will be text. So the connection of SARS, or it will be text, and it's text-free. And there's a document there on your app. It said mandate document. On the mandate, clause 1.10 says, it is for the first time government has allowed people to save this way. So I use that clause. I said, print the mandate, print your file, have your file. When people read, they see the file, they'll never ask pyramids. Pyramids don't have files, don't have references, they are afraid to appear, or even on the apps on the phone. Pyramids are operating at night. DuePoint operates 24/7. So I tell them like that we operate 24/7. So therefore, don't ask me such questions as pyramids unless something is wrong with your mentality. You need to be fixed, because like I don't want to tell them that some people's brain are beyond repair. They're like cars. No, I go rough sometimes when they pose questions, but then say, yeah, it's fine. I say, no, you need to fix your brain. But the majority, that doctor is a member as I speak, Brendan, and is enjoying that. So I'm going to show him other extra other products again to buy as well.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Zacchaeus.
Yes.
Thank you. Zacchaeus up from Nelspruit with his team, where he's building a fantastic team there. Zacchaeus is a teacher. He runs an orphanage. He doesn't have time, and yet he's using this. Those supplies he was mentioning are all supplies in our Wealth Points Buyers Club. Take a Lot, Checkers, Altitude Travel flew up with discounted air tickets with them today. Not always discounted. They put good packages together, but I think it was discounted for you today. I mean, amazing, the stuff that we can get. Pyramid scheme, I like it. It's my favorite one. All right, okay. So next up, we've got the question, I don't have time, it's a common one. I've mentioned it throughout the presentation this evening. We've got an individual who I think can uniquely speak to this objection given his personal circumstances. And so, Eric, I want you to come and join me up on stage. Tell people what you tell people when they say they don't have time. And welcome to the club, you know, is what I say. Here we go. Go for it.
Good evening, one and all. It's so nice to be here tonight. And I'd be lying if I said that I'm happy standing up here, because I'm sure, like most of you, it's not really a pleasure to come before you and have to talk. However, having said that, this question of not having enough time is a very common one. I think you'll all agree with me. And I just throw the question straight back at them. That's the very reason why you need to look at this business. And so if you throw that one back at them, they say, well, what do you mean by that? I say to them, aren't you busy at the moment? Yes, I am busy. How's it going to change as you get closer to 70 or whatever it might be? Well, you know, when I retire, it'll be a lot easier. Will you have enough money at that time to retire? Not sure about that. Well, don't you think if you started to make a plan now, when you get to the age of 70 or 75, I know I look as I'm only 55, but in actual fact, I am 75. And so I look at my life, how things have changed. It's unfortunate for me that my wife suffered a blastoma on her brain tumor, and they screwed up the biopsy and bled on her brain, and she's paralyzed down her right side. And so if anybody really wanted to have the excuse for saying I haven't got time, I would be able to say that with some confidence. But my fear is what's going to happen in another 5 years' time, 10 years' time from now. My father lived to be 93. I'm easily going to outlive my income unless I start to do something about it. And so I very often will start off by saying it's the very reason why you need to consider DuePoint, because here is the product, not the product, here is the means for you to be able to overcome what is really a scary thought for most people. Then if they still persist along those lines, I say to them, just imagine you went to see your doctor and he listened to your heart and he said, you know, I don't like what I'm hearing over here. I think you need to go and see this cardiologist. And off you go and see this guy, and he looks at you, does certain tests, calls you into his office afterwards, and he says, my friend, you have got serious problems. First of all, you're going to need to start exercising, and exercising regularly. You're going to have to lose weight. You're going to have to change the menus. Because if you don't start exercising, you don't start losing weight, I'm afraid your lifespan is going to be a whole lot shorter than you think. Now, friend, if somebody said that to you, your specialist, don't you think you'd take notice of what he said to you? So in the same way, what you've got to think through is here is somebody standing in front of you who's a living example of the kind of problems that you can run into in your life. And life can throw you some real curved balls. So start preparing today. Don't let this excuse of I don't have time. We're not asking for 24 hours in a day. We're asking for maybe a half an hour a day, maybe 2 or 3 more on the weekend. Everybody can and will find the time if the desire is really there. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not having to fill in anything tonight. It's fantastic. That's awesome, Eric. Thank you. This is a favorite one, particularly, as I say, of most people. Oh, network marketing is so embarrassing. I'm going to get unblocked on Facebook or unfriended. And I've made movies about how embarrassing it is. Folks, this is not network marketing to start with. This is a completely different kind of business. But I wanted to, again, give you people on the ground that are experiencing this. Are they embarrassed by what they're doing? Tinashe, come and join us up on stage here and let us know what your story is around this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Network marketing is embarrassing? No, definitely not for me. I feel like I'm in a James Bond movie every time I walk in those doors. Everything looks so professional, prim and proper, and I'm very privileged to be with the business DuePoint. I'm just going to share a story, what happened to me about 2 weeks ago. I was helping a wealth engineer with a couple of people. We had a room full, we were excited. We clicked play. I went, I sat down, and there we go. One person out the room, second person out the room. Halfway through the presentation, it was only half the people in the room. Imagine how we were feeling at that stage. By the time we finished with the presentation, we only had 2 people in the room. So I just thought to myself, wow, I could have been embarrassed if I didn't know what DuePoint is. But the reason why I wasn't embarrassed at all, if at all, I felt so sad for them. It's like as each one of them was walking out, they were walking out from their legacy, they were walking out from their financial freedom, and it's as if they had embraced the poverty. They're embracing the poverty. The situation that they're in is the most saddest of all things. If at all, I think a couple of weeks ago, Brother Patrick shared with us how he forgot which car he had parked in the parking lot. I really love that. And for me, that's the success I want in the business. I just want to forget, was it a Rolls Royce or am I in a BMW? I've actually forgot. And I'm going to allow the business to embarrass me with nothing but success. I want to be that woman that starts offloading my groceries only at night because the neighbor has been watching. Like last month we bought a new fridge, this month we bought this, and now I have to wait for her to get in her house so I can start offloading my stuff from the car. Let that be the embarrassment in the business. Thank you very much.
Magic. My goodness, if that is not the truth, I don't know what is. That is fantastic. I'm not good at selling. I love this one. Lynette, again, I think perfect for the situation. People have probably said this to you, Lynette. You're not good at selling. All right, sell it to them.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, if you're not good at selling, this business is for you. Because you don't sell anything. I've never sold anything. DuePoint is not about selling. It's about asking the key question. Are you open to earn a second income? Nobody wants to be closed. That's why they'll normally say yes. And then I just click play, as Brendan suggests. It's like, don't be addicted to the answer. If they say no, it's fine. It's okay that people can say no to you. But don't burn your bridges. They're not ready for it yet. You know, it's like going to Spur or Wimpy and order a bottomless cup of coffee. After the 3rd round, you say, no, thank you, I don't want coffee anymore. But do you reject the coffee or the waitress? The coffee. But does the waitress go on, oh no, I'm never going to ask anybody ever again. This is so embarrassing. Because they said, no, I'm going to quit my job. It's not working for me. No, it's okay for people to say no. You know what? In a few months' time, their circumstances change and they become prospects. I had a lady here yesterday who's so excited, and I did talk to her quite a few times before, and now she's ready. So don't burn your bridges. I believe you need to keep on asking the key question, and that's it.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. There we go. Awesome stuff. All right. The next one up, I like this one. The products are not good enough. Whew, we get that a lot. That's a common excuse. It's an easy one. You know, you can pick holes in any product, no matter what. Even if it was the Rolls-Royce product, someone would pick a hole in it. And so it's normally, I actually listened to a talk once where the guy said, people come up with ways of saying no to be nice. And there are thousands of ways to say no in a nice way, one of which is, listen, the products are not good enough. It's just a simple no. But let's talk about the products. Mavuma, come and tell us what you think. Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, for Mavuma.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. and thank you, Brian, for the opportunity. The way I view these products are a key to get you inside the business. Products are a vehicle to get you inside the business. Products are a mechanism to get you inside the business. When you are inside the business, you are faced with many possibilities. Just to name a few. Possibility to earn extra income so you can pay your debts on time and still be left with a positive bank balance. Possibility to earn extra income so you can have unlimited petrol in your car. Possibility to earn extra income so you can stop borrowing people's money from month end to month end. Possibility to earn extra income so you can reclaim your dignity. You know, when you don't have money, people don't respect you. It hurts. Possibility to earn extra income so you can build something of great value, something that is yours. The job that you love so much is not yours. You are not owning it. You can be fired at any given time. So, it's 249, 299, or 324 rand. Such a big deal to you, in such a way that you can miss out on these great possibilities. By the way, our products still remain very competitive and very affordable in the market. So join us. Let's do this business. Let's change people's lives. Let's join forces and make these great possibilities a reality. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mavuma. No, it's fantastic. These businesses come and go. That's the other thing. We get it a lot. People go, you're here now, you'll be gone. Look, we've already been here quite a few years, so we're hoping we will last a bit longer. But people can say that. I've seen these things. They're going to come and they're going to go. And you'll have put all your time and energy in, and then they're going to be gone. All right, well, this evening we're going to ask Goodman this question. Hey, Goodman. Why do these? What happens if DuePoint closes? What happens? Come up and tell us. Tell us how the world will end.
Good evening, gentlemen. Quite funny because this question was asked the first day. I was so excited, just like you.
There we go.
So excited, then come out of the presentation. I knew whom to meet, actually, whom to start with first. And when I met this lady, say, oh, I know this thing. I know this thing. I said, okay, right. For the first time, that I'm going to invite you to the real people, real business that has been around for more than 70 years. I mean, you've never been there. You don't even know where you put your money. I mean, first of all, you're going to be asked your FICA document. You can really go to a business where it's going to ask a FICA document whereby it's not a proper business. So those are the things that I've faced, but most of the time, for you to actually to overcome those kind of questions, it's when you know what the company is all about, what the business is all about, what DuePoint is all about. You understand? DuePoint is run by the real people. It's a real business. 70 years old. You know where your money is, actually. So there's nothing to lose. If you say I'm going to lose it, lose what? There's nothing you're going to lose. DuePoint can go, my money is still there. I'm losing nothing. That's where I want to be. That's where I'm going to be for more than 70 years, even more than the concession. So there's nothing that I have to lose in DuePoint. So for me, if you're telling me that you're going to, this thing come and go, yes, the things that you have been, they come and go. Not DuePoint. Yes. DuePoint is going to be here. As you're here today, you're going to be here. You see the people that are credible, credit-worthy. They've been around. You have been told about them. It's not run by the people that have never seen from China or wherever that you have been. So they've been around. So they're running credible business. You can Google about them. You can do whatever you want to do. So I'm proud to talk about DuePoint to people. Yes, they try to bombard me whatever they can do when I started because I couldn't understand, okay, right, you guys you're talking about, but I know what I'm talking about. And I know where I am. And I'm proud of being where I am. So that's why I'm still here. It's 8 months already. Wow, yeah, you might say it's 8 months, Brandon. Yeah, it's 8 months I've been here, and I'm still happy. Yeah. I've been closed down. Okay, they should close down myself, but they haven't done that. So that's the only thing I can tell you. You are in the right place, at the right time, at the right year. It's up to you guys.
Yes, thank you very much. Good man. All right, absolutely. I mean, the reality is that every company will ultimately close down. They'll all eventually close down, one way or another. The problem is when they've taken 30,000 Rand of your money. That's a problem when they close down. How much of your money do we take? Well, nothing. We take the value of your product payment, and when you pay every month that you've paid, you've got the use of that product. It's a properly contracted financial services product. So if it comes to an end, well, you've lost nothing, and all you would have lost is of the income that you had created but had been enjoying that whole period of time. You were in a better position than you were before you started. If DuePoint had not existed at all, you lose nothing with us, and that is your worst case scenario. Will we shut down? Well, maybe. We could have a huge volcano erupt in the middle of us and wipes out South Africa. DuePoint's gone. You know, we don't know, but we've been around 7 decades. We think we can carry on a little bit longer. All right, so the next big one that we get is this was for the desperate and the poor. That comes from people who think that they've got great status. I'm a chartered accountant, I'm a lawyer, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm all those things as well. And I can tell you that no, that is not what we do. Here we look for entrepreneurs. We look for entrepreneurs. We want people desperate to change their current circumstances. If you are not, if you are a millionaire and happy where you are, then DuePoint is not for you. It's not. But for the other 99% of people, we're here to say, do you want to do something other than pitching at work every day that will change your circumstances forever? Well, you're not going to get transactional cash. You're going to create wealth. Is it going to be difficult? Yes. Do desperate and poor people generally do difficult? No. No, they don't like difficult. They don't. The people who have made themselves rich have gone through difficult to get rich. Here too, you're going to have to put time and energy, and you're going to have to persist through difficulty. But you will create wealth. This is for entrepreneurs. It is for those who want change in their lives. We get those who say, I don't think I'll succeed in this. I have the wrong personality. I have the wrong skill set, the wrong education. All of those sorts of excuses. Folks, in this business, we have tried to narrow down your percentage of failure as low as we possibly can. You don't have to be a public speaker. You don't have to be a salesperson. You don't have to have a car that can carry stock, like a special bakkie or something. You don't have to have anything other than a connection to the internet and the willingness to connect people to us. No need to be a great debater that can convince. You don't have to be any of those things. We do the work for you. We ask you just to connect people. Nothing will stop you in DuePoint other than yourself. Nothing. There is nothing in this business that stands in your way other than yourself. You're going to have to remind yourself of that, because 90 days in, maybe 6 months in, you're going to hit difficulty and you're going to say, it's the system that doesn't work. It's not. The system expects that you will go through difficult times in the growth of your wealth. That's quite normal. That is the system. It's you that says, I can't handle the difficulty. The only reason you won't succeed at DuePoint, the only one, is yourself. Here, everybody, no matter your circumstances, has an equal chance of success and an equal chance of creating wealth. I've hoped I've shown that to you in the diversity of individuals we've brought up here, young and old. People of status and less status. We've put them all up on stage to show you that everybody has the opportunity to succeed. You just have to choose it. You just have to choose it. And then I don't know enough people. You see, I'm crossing off all your excuses. You're going to be left with, I just want to get out of here after this. I don't know enough people. Folks, in this day and age, you just have to have a Facebook page and you know everybody. If I pulled out any one of your phones, I reckon I could find a list of at least 200 people you can start with there. Every one of those 200 people has a list of 200 people in them. They say that we're only 7 people away from knowing everyone on earth. Did you know that? Mathematically speaking, we're only 7 people away from knowing everyone on earth. All right? You have the opportunity and you have the time. Remember, there are no deadlines at DuePoint. We don't stop you and go, nope, sorry, that's it, time's up. You've got the rest of your life to meet and mingle with people and connect them to us. And if you do it properly, you are never, ever going to run out of people. You talk to any one of our guys who've been doing this, they will tell you how they've become just retainers of connections. Every person they meet is a new opportunity to connect, and they never run out as a result. It's not an excuse. You only need to start with one other person, and you're on your way here at DuePoint. Now, the last one that I'm going to tackle you with this evening is those of you again who feel status excludes you from creating wealth. In other words, those of you who say, no, I'm too important to do this. And I get that. You won't phrase it like that, but you're going, geez, I'm the CEO of a company. I can't do this. What would my staff think? No, nonsense. That's nonsense. Everybody is in a position right now where they need extra income because the job market is shrinking. It does not matter what job you have. It is just a matter of time before you lose it. For your age, your race, your experience, your education, any one of those reasons, any minute now, you will lose your job. What do you do when that has happened? What do you do? Well, we've got a guy who works here. He is quite senior, you're going to see now, who's joined us, and we've got a hold of him. He's got a channel with us here. He lives in New York City. He's the managing director of Netsure in New York City. And he's got a channel in South Africa. He's building it here, and he sent us this message from New York City.
Evening DuePoint team, I'm safely here in the iconic New York City. The family and I have settled down in Long Island, quite close to the beach. So the objection, I've already got a good career, I don't need this. For me, it doesn't matter how great your career is, there's always more to be discovered. Who in this day and age can't do with an additional income stream? You should never rely only on one source of income, and if you can build a passive income, even better. Get your money to work for you while you sleep. If you look at many of the world's wealthiest individuals, you will notice that they have multiple income streams. And I believe DuePoint is one of the best ways to start that second income stream. For me personally, it's been an amazing journey. I've got an investment back at home that if I wouldn't have started DuePoint, I would be paying for a lot of those assets still, where now, with passive income, they've been taken care of. Team, missing you all. The light is shining bright. I can see it all the way from here. Enjoy the evening. Bye-bye. Evening DuePoint team, I'm safely here in the
Managing director of a company in New York City feels like it's necessary to have a second income and build it. I don't care what your title is. You need a second income, especially when you're earning in rands. I don't know if you guys have been watching what's happening with the rand this week. It's almost equal to the Zimbabwean dollar. Folks, we need every line in the water we can possibly get. There are no excuses for creating wealth other than laziness. I'll be frank with you about that. Generally, people go, I'm unwilling to do extra work. And it just means that you stay in the position you're in. For those of you who say, no, I will work extra to change my future. Well, then tonight is a decision-making night. We're not going to take your money tonight. If you want to become a wealth engineer, it's super easy. You go to our website, it's DuePoint.net. You click apply, you fill the form out, you're a wealth engineer, no money having passed from your hands. And this evening, you start creating wealth with us here at DuePoint. Ladies and gentlemen, we offer you all the technological tools that you're going to need here. As I said, this is a fully online business. First of all, half the content we produce a day is on Facebook. You need to get on Facebook. Wealth engineers around the country, if you have not yet followed us on Facebook, tonight's the night. Half of the stuff that we produce, and we produce daily content out of this business. We actually don't know of another company in South Africa producing as much live and daily content as we are to assist you in creating wealth. Jump onto our Facebook site, follow it, and keep up with all the videos and audio files. Note now that you can click the link below the video, and it takes you to the audio file. So if you're struggling with data, the audio files are 1 to 2 megs big, and you get the whole video's audio file. So just make sure you watch it. We don't want to see people watching 10 seconds. Listen to the whole thing. Very important content in assisting you in creating wealth. Guys, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's the heart of our business. It's free to subscribe. Go and click it, and you'll know every day we go live and whenever we upload content for you. And then, folks, we want you to download our free app onto your phone. onto your tablet, wherever it may be. It is the heart of your business. It plugs you into your channel. It's the tool you use for creating your wealth with us, our phone app. It's got your training on there. Click the tools button, watch the training. You want to know how to get qualified? Watch the training. Watch all of it in there. Your personal documentation is there. All the functionality you need is in that app. Make sure that you get it this evening. Now, folks, some of you might even say, I don't know how to do this business. That's fine. We train you in doing this business through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards program takes you by the hand, and it takes you from beginner to expert in doing this business. As you complete steps and programs in our training program, we reward you with XP points, experience points. These are points you can use to build your channel, to build your wealth with us. Those XP points, as they accumulate, measure your experience with us. And as you meet the experience criteria and channel size criteria in our business, we rank you up. And when we rank you up, we're able to reward you again. Once through the returns program that creates your wealth, but now through a lifestyle change that we put through with our training program. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash we give you, but as you get more serious, the cash gets more serious, and then we start to reward you with tools. At first, at rank 5, right in the beginning, rank 5 is pretty easy to get to. Once you're there, we give you a lightning memory stick. That lightning memory stick is from the United States of America. It comes jam-packed with all of our downloads, testimony tools, everything that you need to connect individuals to DuePoint. It's a powerful tool, whether you've got an internet connection or not. Rank 7, we give you a 12,500 Rand set of business cards, imported, gold gilded and printed and custom made for you. Gold gilded, not gold printed, gold gilded. Look at them. These are gold ingots that you get here. And those cards become a powerful legitimization of your business. When you hand it to somebody, this is then real. This isn't a here today, gone tomorrow business. It's a real business. You will find people in the audience tonight who are rank 7. Even wherever you may be around the country tonight, find the rank 7s. They will show you what a 12,500 Rand business card looks like. They won't let you touch it, but you'll be able to see. And we give you your own custom-made set at rank 7. At rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, every year for the rest of your life that you do maintain your channel size with us, we take you and your family away on a 1-week trip, all expenses paid, first business class, 5-star. Every year. We go in December when your kids are on holiday, and we go every year. Have we been before? Yes. I don't have to show you stock footage. I can show you real footage, because we are actually real, all right? Every year we go. Whether you go rank 9 or not, it's going to be your decision. It's not easy to go rank 9. You're all rank 0. You've got to get all the way to rank 9. But if you do, then your Decembers look a little bit like this.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sand where no one can see. You stand
difficult tonight. I know you're difficult, so you haven't got time for this. You haven't got time for this. Am I right? Isn't that sad? Isn't that a sad reality? I'm going to be there. There's me. I'm going to be there at the end of this year. Are you going to be there? We don't run competitions here. This is not a competition. This is an accumulation of a channel size over time. It doesn't go back to naught in January. You grow every year. How long is it going to take you to get there? Average 3 + 2, 19 months. That means you won't come in December this year. That means you'll come next year. Will you quit because you don't come this year? Will you join DuePoint only for the holiday? Or will you join DuePoint for what we're here for, the creation of wealth? When you get to rank 9, you're going to be able to pay for your own trip. But we'll take you on it anyway. We'll take you on it. You're not going to have to pay a cent. You can leave your wallet behind. You can get there much faster, though. Record to rank 9, 5 months. 5 months to rank 9. You can get there in time. We got time. You can still make it to December and join us this year. You can. It's all in place. The hotel rooms are already booked. We've got air tickets pre-booked and ready. We're just waiting for you. It's going to take a decision. And it's going to take a decision that does not allow for excuse. And you're going to have to make that decision every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, rank 11. We give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not financed through us. It's not rented from us. And we don't give it to you and then take it away. It's your car. Our hope is that you will continue to use it to build freedom with us here at DuePoint. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think you can see that we're rather serious about what we do here at DuePoint. We are not like anything else. If you don't like premium and you prefer pots, then this isn't for you. But if you prefer wealth over transactional money, lifetime, generational, life-changing wealth, then this is the place to be. This evening you might have questions. You might have concerns. Come and ask us. Ask the people that you're with this evening. Ask the staff here at DuePoint. Email your questions to us, info@duepoint.net. Do what you need to do to get those questions answered. But don't walk past, like Tanasha said, walk past this opportunity, having left behind a different future because of an excuse. Not tonight. Pick up this tool and start making some change. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us this evening. I'm going to see you outside, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live tonight.